How's it everyone? Grant here. Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be going through a bunch of cases from Ringke for your Galaxy S8 and your Galaxy S8 Plus. So I've got 4 cases for the S8 Plus here, another 3 for the S8. They're going to be both the same for each. I've just got one extra that I wasn't able to get for the regular S8. So let's just get into it because we've got a lot to cover. So first up, we'll go through the Fusion case. So this is the case that I pretty much get for every phone that I have. It's a nice see-through case to show off the nice back of your brand new Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus. So all the packaging on these are going to be pretty much the same. So we'll just go through packaging on one and then we'll just tear into all the others. So here's your standard Ringke packaging here. You've got your military drop grade protection right up there, and Ringke branding and their slogans on the back, eco packaging. So that's pretty much about it. And we'll just turn to this one here. And with all Ringke stuff, you're going to get the same kind of things included here. Your DIY, because especially with these see-through cases, you can put some kind of photo pattern in the back here to add a little bit of a pattern to the back of your phone if you so chose. But I just get the clear ones to show off the back of my phones. And with the Fusion cases, they've got the hardest to take off stickers usually. So I want to do this in real time to kind of show you. Every time I do these Ringke, you've got to try to make these a little bit easier. And they say to try to peel away from the camera cutout first, so I'm going to try to do that. And I think I got the inside one, so we've got that one. Pull it off there. And we'll go into the back and try to peel off a corner here without scratching up the case, and we got it there. So the back is always easier than the inside usually. And so I've got the smoke tint edges on these because the Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus, I've got the black back here with the murdered out edges there, so I want that smoke ring to match. So we'll just shine it down real quick here because this black is a fingerprint magnet. And we'll slide it into the case so you can see what that looks like. And so that's what your S8 is going to look like there, so you can show off that finish of your S8 Plus on the front. There you go. And it adds a little bit of grip protection, or a little bit of grip to the sides there. You can see the bottom cutouts are all there for your headphone jack, Type-C, microphone, and speaker grill. At the top there's nothing except for the microphone cutout, and that aligns up nicely. You've got your volume rockers and your Bixby button on the left and your power button on the right. All the cutouts are there. Power button works. See if we can unlock this thing. I have an iris scan on this, so you can see how fast the iris scan works. Volume buttons all work. Bixby button works. So all's in order there, and you can see this nice smoke black ring. I like that because on the clear cases, if you get that clear edges, it looks clear on the edges and it takes away from that dark look that you got on your black front phone. So that's why I got the smoke ring edges there while still showing off that clear back there. And I'm going to get the rest of these cases out of the way, and we'll get to them as we get to them throughout here. So I'll bring in the Fusion case for the regular S8 here. We'll try to get this done as fast as possible. Same basic cards inside. And again, we're going to have to try to do the peel away, and I guess this one we're going to be a little bit lucky. Caught an edge there. Peel that off. See if we get lucky on the back as well. And we'll peel that off. And sometimes you just get smudges from where you're peeling the sticker off. So you can just wipe that stuff away real quick. And then we'll try to shine up the S8 here. So I've got the orchid gray in the regular S8, so you can kind of see that color there, how it changes. I didn't really think it was purplish when I first saw it, but in certain lights I guess you can see that. It goes from gray to kind of violet. But it's a cool color, and you want to show it off, so you get a clear case like this from Ringke. Slide it in there and take the fingerprints off the case, and so you can still see that shimmer there. So you want to show off that back. Shine out the front there, and again, that smoke edges do not emit that clear hue around your device, which I don't like. So that smoke tint really makes a difference on this case. I highly suggest the smoke tint for the Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus. So there you go. That is the Ringke case for the S8 and S8 Plus, the Ringke Fusion. So we'll take these off and we'll move on to the next one. And next up we have got the Onyx case. So Ringke Onyx case for both devices. This one actually came with some silica gel. Keep it fresh. And here's the Onyx case. So it's got this nice little textured back, kind of like a brushed aluminum look. Carbon fiber at the top and the bottom. Ringke branding there. Your web pattern for shock absorption on the inside. And if this thing works anything like the, rugged armor from Spigen, this web pattern tends to work very well. My Spigen took a real bad drop and absorbed the impact, so I've never really dropped a device with this case on it yet, and I hope I don't, but it's got that shock absorption on the inside. So we'll go ahead and take our S8 Plus, slide it in. And so of course this is not going to show off the back of your S8 Plus. So you can see what that looks like there, but it does add a little bit of character there. So if you like that brushed aluminum look, and you don't want to worry about always wiping down their case, because even with that clear case, it does attract fingerprints. You're going to always have to even wipe that down. So if you don't even want to bother with that, you just want a case that looks good, adds this nice little brushed aluminum look to it with the carbon fiber. You like that. You don't want to worry about fingerprints and always having to wipe that down. With having a minimal case, without being too bulky, this could be it for you. Here's what it looks like from the front. It does add that added grip protection that the S8 and S8 Plus needs, because these are like slippery pebbles and they're going to slide all over the place and probably out of your hands when you're out and about. So having a case like this when you're out definitely will help with that extra security there. So on the sides you can see all the buttons there again for, let me get into the camera, for your Bixby button and your volume rockers. Your power button there, it's not ridged, but you can definitely feel them. They're very prominent. And if you can see on the edges there, you can see some of the beveling. So nice attention to detail on this case here. There it is on the back, cut out for your camera along with the fingerprint sensor and your flash and heart rate sensor. And so a lot of people are saying cases will help make a difference if you're going to use a fingerprint sensor. I did not register the S8 Plus, I don't think. Well, I did. So you can see the fingerprint scanner working there. Yeah, and when you do reach up for it, you can feel it because you can feel the edge of the case, and that naturally glides into the case. So I think having a case will help with finding that fingerprint sensor. So that's the Onyx for the S8 Plus. We'll grab the Onyx for the regular S8. More silica gel. And it's going to be exactly the same but smaller, obviously. So same brushed aluminum, carbon fiber, web pattern on the inside. Slip the phone in. And there you go. So exactly the same thing but smaller. So all the same cutouts, all line up perfectly. Microphone up there. All your buttons are there, very prominent, same kind of beveling. So the other thing is that it does provide protection for your camera. So on the S8 and S8 Plus, if you notice, there is no more camera bump. The camera is now flush with the chassis there. So there is no protrusion of the camera. But within these cases, but if you stick them onto a flat surface, they won't scratch up as much as a protruding camera will, but since it is flush, it's going flush onto the surface. So with this case, at least you have a bit of raise around the camera area. So when you lay it flat here, you're not going to scratch up your camera at all. You do have some raised lips here, but let's see if it... Yeah, so you do have some raised lips. So if you can see, the lip does not raise above from the sides above the glass. So the glass is flat, but because it raises up at the top and the bottom there, that's what's going to be touching the table. So even if you put it face down on the table, you'll have some protection there. You won't have to worry about sliding your display on that table directly. So that is the Onyx case for your S8 Plus and your S8. So we'll try to move it faster here if we can. Next up, we're going to have the Air Prism for both devices. So this one is going to be in black. And they come nicely wrapped because it's a very glossy case, I guess. There you go. I've never had this case for any device. I've never had this Air Prism case. So as you can see, Air Prism, because it's a very light, flexible TPU case, and because it has this prism back pattern there that's very reflective. So we'll see what this looks like on the device itself. It's very sticky too, I can feel that. So it's very sticky. And it adds a ton of grip while being very thin, so a very minimal case. So if you don't like a lot of bulk, this could be for you, but it's very shiny. This is gonna be very attention grabbing, and it does attract a ton of fingerprints all over it. So it's not gonna solve the fingerprint problem, but it will give you scratch resistance. It gives you raise above the camera as well. It gives you raises at the top and the bottom. So you're fine laying it flat, fine laying it on your back. So it gives you all the protection you need while having a minimal style case. And this is the grippiest of them all. It's very sticky. So if you want that, that's the case for you there. And if you can go ahead and find it for the S8, I've got it in clear on the S8, so you can see what the black one looks like and what the clear one looks like. I got the clear one because I got the orchid gray. Kind of wanted to show off that orchid gray color. So we'll slip that on and see. You can see what I'm saying by clear cases with the border, clear border. It kind of takes away from the device a little bit to me. I don't really like the clear look on the borders, but on the back you can see through. You can see that orchid gray reflecting through, and with that prism design, that's actually kind of a cool effect. And you're not going to see the fingerprints as much, and it still provides just as much grip as this black version here. So, and you still get the protection around the camera and around the front. So that is the Air Prism for your Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus in both black and in clear. And what else do we have? We have one more case here. I've got the slim case for the S8 Plus. So I've had this in other devices. It's just a shell case. It's a hard shell case. And I guess I couldn't get it at the time for the S8 for whatever reason, so I got it for the S8 Plus. This is a very matte black finish on this one. It's a very soft touch matte black. It feels really, really nice. I like that. And this is, of course, going to be a very minimal style case. There's no shock absorption in here at all. You can see it's very minimalistic. It's just going to snap on. And the idea is that it looks like you have no case on at all. So if you look at it from the front, you don't really see as much of borders as the rest of the cases. It's very thin there. And on the back, you have a nice matte back now with a very nice textured finish, so it gives you a lot of grip in hand. And on the sides, as you can see there, the buttons are exposed, so there's your power button, cutouts for all your ports on the bottom there, and the buttons on the side are exposed. The top is covered, as well as a hole for your microphone port. So all's good there. It's not going to give you any lip protection, as you can see. So very minimal lip protection. It does raise up slightly above the top and the bottom, so I think if you put it down, you're okay. Yeah, you'll be okay. So it provides you just enough to clear any kind of a surface there. And it provides enough of a raise over your camera. So if you want to place it face down, you're fine too. So it does give you that, but it's not going to give you much in the way of shock absorption. If you just want something as minimal as possible and not worrying about fingerprints, give you a lot of grip, then this case is going to be for you. You don't want anything too bulky, as minimal as possible, while giving you a little bit of protection on the camera and around the front, while not looking like you have too much of a case on. And I love this matte black look, actually. That looks really nice. So if I could get this for the S8, I probably will too. Let me try to bring back all the cases, and we can see what they all look like. Maybe I'll just leave this one on the S8 there. So there we go, a bunch of cases from the Ringke lineup for your Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus. If you have any other questions or comments about the cases, leave them down below. And as always, thanks for watching.